In this video, I would like to explain the OSI reference model. And this model is based on a proposal developed by International Standards Organization. The International Standards Organization ISO is established in the year 1947 and it is revised in the year 1995. And it was the first step towards a standardization of various protocols internationally. And this model is later called as ISO OSI reference model, and it is a layered hierarchical architecture. And the OSI reference model, in this, each layer should perform a well-defined function, and the function of each layer should be defined with an eye towards standardization of the protocols. And the layer boundary should be chosen to minimize the information flow across the interfaces. That means the relation or dependency between the layers should be minimized. We cannot eliminate the relation between the layers, but we can reduce the interaction between the layers. So a well-defined functionality is given for each layer, and the well-defined interfaces are there for communication between the layers. And the layer functions provide maximum modularity for the designing of a network. And this is what the explanation of the OSI reference model as a figure. We can here see the 7 layers of the OSI reference model. The layer number 1 is the physical layer, and the layer number 7 is the application layer. So this numbering and the order of the layers having importance. So that is why it is known as hierarchical layered architecture. And the lower layers, physical layer, data link layer, network layer, these are the lower layers, and application layer, presentation layer, and session layer, all these are the upper layers. And the upper layers are having higher numbers and lower layers are having lower numbers. And the lower layers are closely associated with the hardware, and the upper layers are mostly associated with software side. And there is dotted lines in between the application layer at host A and the application layer at host B. What does it mean is there is no direct interaction between the application layers of the sender and the receiver, but the information for the destination side application layer is communicating through the underlying layers of the host, that is through the layers below the application layer, and the direct connection is established only at the physical layer. So in the physical layer, the data is directly connected to hardware devices. Then there is a communication is actually happening in between the application layer at the source side and the destination side. That is happening only through the intermediate layers. But the functionalities are provided through the layered architecture. And APDU, PPDU, SPDU, and TPDU, all these are the protocol data units, or we can use the name of these PDUs just like in the TCP layer as message, segment, datagrams, data frames, packets, like that. Both the conventions are same. Okay. Then the same thing is explained in this slide also. There are two different machines. One is a host machine, that is host A, and second is the receiving machine, that is host B. And the message travels from A to B through many intermediate nodes. With a single machine, each layer call upon the services below it. That means the layer number 3, for example, uses the services provided by the layer 2 and provides the services for the layer 4. Or it receives some services from the lower layer and provides some services to its upper layers. And this communication is governed by the set of rules predefined or agreed upon rules are there, and these rules are known as the protocols. And the process on each of the machine that communicates at a given layer is called peer-to-peer process or application layer at the center and application layer at the receiver. They are communicating indirectly, and this communication is known as peer communication, or there is a process which is helping the PAs to communicate each. Then the same figure is explained in another sentences. Only one figure has to be drawn for exams, and this figure explains the peer-to-peer communication. That is what the only difference between the previous figure and this figure. Here also there is a device host A and there is a device host B, and the intermediate nodes are there in between the host and the destination. So it may consist of multiple networks. And what is a peer-to-peer process is explained here. There is nothing but the layers at the same level communicate each other at the sending side and the receiving side. So there is nothing to explain much more about the peer-to-peer communication. Okay. Then another term we are come across with this is encapsulation. What do you mean by encapsulation? Encapsulation means in this figure there is D7, that is data unit at the 7th layer, is attached with a header H7, and this H7 plus D7 come as D6 at the center side. D6 at the center side means D7 plus H7 is combined and integrated as a single PDU, and it is encapsulated as data in the lower layer. And in H5 there is another DS which is formed by combining or merging D6 plus H6. H6 is a header attached at the layer 6. So in this way, each layer at the center side is encapsulating its data into the single units, and finally at the physical layer it is converted into bits, and through the transmission medium it is traveling, and at the receiving side all the headers are unwrapped at layer by layer. There can be trailers also. That is what the thing explained in D2, H2, D2, T2. T2 stands for trailers, header and trailers. In lower layers there are trailers also attached. So headers plus trailers together makes the data, and it is encapsulated at the sender side and wrapped at the receiving side. Then what are the different organization? How the layers are organized? This is already explained. The layer 1, 2, 3 that is closely associated to lower layers, or they are known as lower layers. They are associated with hardware, and 5, 6, 7 they are upper layers. They are closely related to the software side, and the intermediate layer, transport layer, links the two subgroups and ensures that what the lower layers have transmitted in a form that the upper layer, whether it can be used by the upper layers or not. That is, transport layer is closely making sure the communication between the upper layers and the lower layers, they are in the proper format or not. Then